good, everyone? It's Noah Cutler here, and today you're watching episode 1 of Undersized featuring
your boy T Jass. You are now watching Undersized.
So Tristan, who's one person you look up to throughout your life?
Honestly, I would have to say my older brother. My older brother's name's Tyler. Teach me everything at a young age: how to throw a baseball, how to throw a football, how to shoot a basketball. And I still look up to him today because he's just been a big part of my life.
Does he still play sports?
He actually doesn't play sports. He's actually a bodybuilder.
That's cool.
So yeah, he trains people and stuff.
Yeah. So as a small guard, what are some go-to moves that you use while playing?
Go-to moves. Definitely the Allen Iverson crossover. I love seeing him just kill people with that move, so I mastered it, and I love using that move in game to get past defenders.
So do you mind showing us that move?
Of course, let's get it.
Alright, so as a smaller guard, what did your game look like scoring-wise and passing?
Well, when I was younger, I was more of a pass first, because with sophomore year in high school, I had seniors, that could get straight buckets. So I was more of a pass first type of point guard. And then that next summer of AAU, I played on the AAU team where my coach let me, learn how to score the ball more, because to play at the next level, you have to score all 3 levels. You gotta be able to finish, mid-range, three-pointer, you know what I'm saying? So after sophomore year, that AAU season, I really taught myself how to score the basketball and how to put it in. But being undersized, you really have to have heart, and you have to be like a lion, in the safari, bro. But besides all that, scoring wise was I really like to get the crowd going. I like to, get fancy with it a little bit, but sometimes I break down my defender, and it's really all about reading the defense. If help defense is coming, I might drop a dime to my big man down low on the block, or I might go up and finish. But yeah, you gotta have the mid-range as well, off the pick and roll. If the roll man, if he comes up on you, drop it. If he's sagging off, mid-range, you gotta be able to pull up from the 3. So that was really how my game was, getting around big man at the rim. Big man, you gotta really know how to use your body, being undersized. You gotta know how to get into somebody. When you jump in the air and you're finishing, you gotta get into them, use your body, and be able to finish out here. So that's really what my game was looking like.
Tristan, what motivates you?
What motivates me? Honestly, people not believing in me motivates me a lot, especially coming from a small city where it's there's not a lot of exposure, and it's really hard to make it out of your own town. So a lot of people in my own area didn't believe me, whether it was they were talking on the internet, tweeting crazy stuff, commenting on whatever. But you know what I'm saying, honestly, the hate is just fuel to my fire, and it makes me want to work harder.
So how do you deal with the hate?
How do I deal with it? Well, you can't let it get to you. If you let it get to you, it's over. So you just gotta put it to the side, use it as motivation, and keep it going. would say, you know, like the John Stocktons, the Pistol Pete Maravich, you know, a little flashy, you know, passing, flashy passes, quick guard. Like, I don't know, I used to watch a lot of like highlight tapes, like whether it was like N1, you know, like hoop mixtape, balls, whatever it was. I used to watch all these different highlights of different guards, and you know, I just always tried to be like the flashy, quick, the dude that, you know, gets the crowd off their feet, like, oh, like everyone's going crazy in the crowd. So yeah, I just like to put things in my own version, you know, and make it the Tristan Jass style of play, you know. Yeah.
So through all this hard work and where you're at now, has there ever been a point in your life where you wanted to give up?
I mean, yeah, of course. I feel like, you know, those 5 a.m. workouts, you know, for the first like couple weeks of doing the workouts, at 5 a.m., you get out of bed, you're like, damn, man, like I really gotta go. But like I wanted it so bad. But you know, it's tough when you start putting in a lot of work and, you know, the results don't come right away. Yeah. And you get frustrated. You're like, man, I've been putting in so much work. I'm not doing this in the game. Why am I scared to shoot the ball? Why am I, you know, you got all these things in your head. And, you know, so every time that I wanted to quit, I just had to remind myself why I started. You know what I'm saying? Because every time you feel like you want to quit or give up, just remind yourself why you started working out in the first place. And once you get that back in your head, your mindset is like, all right, let's get it, let's keep it rolling. And I guarantee you, a lot of the successful people out there, at one point in their career, they've wanted to give up. But you just got to keep reminding yourself, yo, why am I working out at 5 a.m.? Why am I putting in these extra hours? Why am I doing all this? Like, there's gonna be an end result if you put in the work regardless. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be in 6 months, but it could be in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? If you put in the work, your whole life could change. That's fact.
So I haven't seen part of my game this weekend. What's some advice or tips you could give me to improve my play style?
Well, you are playing great basketball at a young age, which is amazing. And I know you have a good work ethic, so honestly, bro, you have to play at the next level you have to work on everything. You can't just pick one thing, you know? You gotta evenly work on everything. And obviously being undersized, your ball handling skills have to be impeccable. Fundamentals have to be on point, footwork, everything. So, and I know you're already working on that, so just keep working. And, you know, I would say being a smaller guard as well. A lot of these college coaches nowadays love a defender. They love to, you know, see someone get down and really lock someone up, you know? Yeah. So just work on that and just keep grinding, bro. You got a really bright future. Yeah. Oh, God. There it is. That's how we do it, you know what I'm saying? Undersized, but we getting buckets.
Thank you for watching episode 1 on Undersized. Appreciate Big Bro Tristan Jass for coming out.
Yes, sir.
And stay tuned for more episodes. We got big things cooking up.
Big things. So I'd say it was probably about sophomore year when I realized I was done growing. You know, I was a short point guard, and I know there's a lot of people out there today that are point guards as well that are undersized just like me. And you know, if you're undersized, you have to work harder than anybody else, because if you're playing against bigger people, better competition, you know, and you're smaller, you got to be quicker, faster. You have to play defense. You gotta be the floor general, you know, the point guard, the floor general. So yeah, I think it was sophomore year I actually started taking basketball very seriously. I was working out 5 in the morning before school. So got up like hundreds of shots on the shooting machine, ball handling drills, all that. Probably like 2 hours before school. Went to school, got my schoolwork done, and had basketball practice after school. And after basketball practice, I would go work out again. And that basically describes the work ethic you have to have. Being undersized is, like I said, you gotta work hard, you gotta put in more work than your competition, because if you're not putting in the work, you're gonna get chopped on the circuit, you know, like people are gonna come out and kill you in front of college coaches. And the main reason for AAU is to play in front of college coaches and get offers. So I had 2 Division I offers. I had Southern Utah and Elkhorn State. And then some crazy happened. I had mono, spleen was enlarged, blah, blah, blah. My doctor said, you know, I couldn't play AAU during the live period, which like crushed me. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. And I just want to let all you guys know out there that you really can do whatever you put your mind to. Like, yeah, I had mono, yeah, I could have played Division I basketball, yeah, I had all this, but I did something else and I turned nothing into something, you know? It's not gonna come tomorrow, it's not gonna come in 2 weeks, it might not come in a year, but it might come in 2 or 3 years, who knows, you know what I'm saying? So you just gotta keep pushing yourself, keep staying positive. The more positivity you're spreading, the more positive things are gonna come back to you, you know what I'm saying? You realize, you notice like the people that are hating out there are really not doing nothing in life. Like, they're just flat out just hating on people. They're spreading negative energy, which means negative energy is coming back to them. If you spread positivity, positive things will come back to you. So it's really all about showing love to other people and working hard and keeping God first, you know, and just grind. You gotta grind for what you want. If you wanna turn your dreams into reality, put your mind to it and go get it.
Game over.